Hey there everybody, Oddones here, and we're back with another figure review. And if you're wondering why the camera is so far away, it is because the box we have to put on the table is just a little too damn big. But we are finally reviewing, because I've been super lazy and not recording anything, this big ass thing here. Yeah. We have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Deluxe set by Mezco. This box looks dope. I don't generally keep my boxes, I tend to throw them away. I might very well keep this one. One, the box art looks cool. Two, super biased because it's Power Rangers. So, yeah, this thing's amazing. I've had this for a long time and I just never got around to reviewing it. I think I showed it in like a short or something. I don't remember. Anyway, here's the box, obviously. We got the entire team on the top. That's where the tape used to be in parts of my hoodie. But yeah, we got from left to right, all 5 Rangers. Kim, Zach, Jason, Billy, Trini. The box art looks pretty sick. You get the classic colors. I'm trying not to knock anything over on the table while also moving this, so I'm just gonna be moving this around. But there's one side of the panel. I think the other side is the same way, or it's the headshots. I don't remember. Nope, it's the exact same way. I think I knocked something over. But yeah, this review is kind of everywhere right now because of moving it and stuff. Ugh. Yeah, it's difficult. I am not working with enough space for this. The bottom, if anybody cares, you know, all your stuff there, barcodes and stuff there. And in the back, I did move Mikey, son of a bitch. In the back, we get a shot of all the Rangers and everything that they come with. It's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna list everything that we have when I get to the part of the review, but if you want to take the time to, you can take the time, pause the video at any point in time, read all this for yourself if you want. You know, go nuts. Get all the Rangers, all of them have an unsculpted head, all the hands and stuff, but let's get them out, which is, you know, the main thing we want to do. I'm gonna pull this down. I'm gonna fucking fix Mikey because it's gonna bother the shit out of me that he's not right. There we go. That's fine. Everything else looks good. Let's, actually, I'm not going to zoom back in yet, because if I zoom in, it's just going to be stupid. By zoom in, I mean move the camera back to where it was originally. Normally, it's not this far away. Oh my god. I forgot how much stuff is in this fucking box. Goddamn. Alright, so, now that we have everything out of the box, let's sit the box here in the stuff. It fell down if you guys heard that. We got an accessory sheet for what everything is, you know, in case you ever need to list what anything is. You want to review it yourself, you don't know the names, here you go. Nothing on the back, but just one, yeah, that's in the box, whatever. Before we get to the main Rangers themselves, this is in the back of the package. In this clamshell, we have the arm stands for each of the Rangers that hold each of them up. 2 here, 1 here. We got Mezco and their standard bags. These are Ziploc bags that hold all your accessories and stuff for each of your Rangers. You can write the names on these clear labels there, yada yada. And then in this section here, we have all of the stands. So we have the Triceratops, the Saber-Tooth Tiger. The other stands are also underneath. I'm going to take these out now. Just so you know, they're out, you guys can see them. Grab each of these. This is pretty damn cool that this is like this. Like, quite honestly, this set's dope. And I have the Lightning Collection set, which I thought was the best thing we had since anything. But yeah, Mezco, you guys knocked that out of the park. I have messed with these before already. Just, you know, haven't reviewed them. So let's get everybody's things out here. I took off Jason's plastic for a Pteranodon, Tyrannosaurus, whatever. There you go. Right. Okay, so let's start moving shit because we normally don't do this. We have the Saber-Tooth Tiger, we have the Pterodactyl, we have the Tyrannosaurus, we have the Triceratops and the Mastodon. All of the stands, they all have a little peg in them, so I'm going to grab one just so you guys can see. They have a little peg here for the foot, like they're the hole in the bottom of your figure's foot. Just is, that's how it goes. I mean, that's how most figures are. Hell, I think Mikey has one in the bottom of his. Mikey doesn't. Now I look stupid. But most figures do. Let's see if I can redeem myself with finding a figure that have a hole in the bottom of it. Iron Man, where the hell are you? There we go. Very early in the video, but you know, have a peg hole. This will work for like other or not, or I can break everything. I'm trying to tell you guys this will work, and here I am fucking it up. I guess this peg hole is not big enough for this. Whatever. Anyway, here's Iron Man. He'll be back later. This peg hole is supposed to be here. I think the Ranger's foot fit over this, but if not, I know for a fact that this pops out and this is where the stand goes. So this little thing here, you'll pop this through. I'm gonna try to do this now, but this is really annoying to do. Do I pop it this way? I can't remember which way this pops. It's either this way or this way. Like I pop it down or I pop it back. One of the two. Anywho's, the stand goes there, it holds them up. It's a nice thing. All the good, you know, jazz. Whatever. Let's get the stands out the way. Because this is probably gonna be a long fucking review. This is the clamshell for all of the Rangers. You guys are like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't see shit. Well, here you go. Let's move that back. Let's move that up. There are all the Rangers. Trini, Billy, Jace, Zach, and Kim. And yes, I call Jason Jace. Deal with it. Whatever. He's red. Jason's red. All their hands. They do come with a different assortment of hands. Pointing that out now. Not each Ranger come with the same amount of hands for their accessories. As you can see, Trini has a shit ton of hands. But then you go over to Billy and he has 3 sets. Aside from the fist that everyone comes on with. So that's, you know, you can see it. I don't know what I was going to say there. I'm sorry. It's just kind of spaced out. But each of them have a set of fists. And then each of them have a set of accessory hands, with Kimberly having another fuck ton. Trini has, aside from her fists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets, while Billy only has 3. Jason has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well, plus, you know, his fists. Zach has 4 sets. Why did Billy get destroyed? What the fuck? And then Kimberly has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half, because she just has one hand that's for the bow holding the arrow. Whatever. I'm going to assume the hands are interchangeable. So technically everyone has a fuck ton of hands. I'm going to assume that. I haven't actually tested it out to see if I can switch the hand around, you know, they're not different size or anything. But it's the Rangers in the clamshell, all in their plastic. They really are cool. I'm gonna move this out of the way by going like this, and then hopefully the other piece slides out like I want it to. Yes, okay. Let's move the Rangers down here, and we're gonna look at everything in its clamshell before we take everything out. So we have all of the power weapons. We have the addition weapons, you know, all the good stuff. I'll name everything when we get everything out. And then we have 2 dragon shields. Those are there for specific reasons. We'll explain those when we get the accessories out. You know what? Fuck it. Let's get the accessories out. We're here, right? Let's go and do this now. Because they're shaky camera. For the most part, the articulation is the same on almost all of the figures, which is basically the same of the Green Ranger. If you guys seen my review or anyone's review for that matter. And yes, we can move the camera back closer again. Okay. Oh yeah. So everything has its own little small little shells too. Okay. Let's get the annoying one out the way. I count this as the annoying one because they're tiny. They're likely to fall away. This here. Okay. So obviously that's not gonna fucking work with the camera. Sorry guys, it's been a minute since I record. Apparently I don't remember how to do this anymore. These here are all the blast effects for the blade blasters, the power axe, the power bow, the power blaster itself, everything. Anything that has to shoot, this is the effect part for it. So obviously you get each Ranger's color. There's Billy, there's Kimberly, there's Jason, there's Trini, there's Zach. You know, purple because they're not going to black laser, right? We have long beams for the blade blasters. We have short beams for the blade blasters. And we have even tinier beams for the blade blasters. Or these tiny ones are the blade blaster, and then these are for the thunder slinger. I don't fucking remember. I haven't actually put these in yet. All I know is that these are annoying. Why are they annoying? Because like any fucking effect part, they have these really tiny pegs. That is terrifying. When it comes to effect parts, I'm not gonna say I hate it, but this worries me. This always worries me when it's pegs like this and they're a tight fit, because one snap and boom, it's gone. That can be with any figure, but that terrifies me. But yeah, those are connection points. It's nice. They are nice. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like they aren't cool. They're fucking cool. They're detailed nicely. They're all pretty much the same, just, you know, different color, but the peg where this plugs in, that scares me for how thin that is. I mean, oh my god, my nails are fucking filthy. That's what you get for recording after cutting grass. Anyway, yeah. Those pegs, those scare me. But that's the blade effect. Those are the blaster effect parts. Then we have the blade blasters, which are cool, and at the same time, I feel like Mezco could have, did what 3.0 did. I know 3.0 did it because, you know, they're bigger, obviously. They're a lot bigger than these. They're 1/6 scale versus 1/12. But they got down to the transformation gimmick. So these will transform from holstered form to blade blast form, which I think is pretty neat. They will fit in the Ranger's hands without a problem. They'll fit in their sidearm without a problem. That's not looking best down there. That's the hole size for the blast effects. So you can see why that scares me. Jesus Christ, my fingers are fucking dirty. Yeah. Me talking about my fingers completely distracted me of what I was doing. Sorry about that. They do transform, like I said. They don't hold the best here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of up, you know? And it can't go back any more than it already has. So it's you would think it'd be a much more secure lock. It's not. It really isn't. But they tried their best. I'll give them that. They tried. Okay? But I did that wrong. But that would go. So they're supposed to be like that. And it's okay, that was hell, but it's still kind of wide, you know? Anywho, instead of having the blade incorporated into it, they give you a separate piece for the blade. It's painted alright. And for last time, I apologize for my nails. I did just come inside from cutting grass and being outside, and yeah, just wanted to get this recorded for you guys real quick. The paint job is alright. It's not going to be universal across the board because it's really tiny. Tiny details are hard to paint. I completely understand that as a model kit builder. But these plugins are here, and again, these peg pieces scare the shit out of me. But once pegged in, boom, you now have the blade blaster in blade form. I really wish they could have incorporated the blade being into it, but that might have taken them more resources, or I don't know. All in all, though, it's still pretty neat. I'm probably never going to actually use the blade blasters. It's good that they're there. I like having them. If the blade was actually already attached to it and I could flip it out, I'd probably be more inclined to use it. But because it's not, that terrifies me. Don't want it to break. But still pretty nice. So then we have the individual weapons, which I need to grab this entire thing out. I do like that, though, that for the case, they have everything sectioned off in its own section. So here we are with everybody's weapons. I'm going to pop this open, and I'm going to say it now, so I don't have to do it later. Yes, the Red Ranger's Power Sword. For what scale this is, and how everything is done, his sword is rather small compared to him. I do not have my Lightning Collection Red Ranger readily available right now to grab, to show you guys, but just know that his sword, the Hasbro Lightning Collection Power Sword, scales better with the Mezco Rangers than it does the Mezco sword with the Mezco Rangers. It is nicely detailed. You can very clearly see the Tyrannosaurus in it on both sides. The gems are painted. They have the gold accents on the sword. The only thing that's missing is the black accents in the blade. You can do that yourself if you like to. The gold is inside of the handle. You know, all in all, it looks amazing. It's just, it's kind of undersized. And I'm going to leave this out just so you guys can see that when I pull out Jason. It's undersized compared to the Lightning Collection one. The Lightning Collection one looks like it was meant for this. This one, not so much. And then we have a charge form of it, which I actually think this is pretty dope. This is one of the coolest things that they could have did. It has a nice translucency. All the details are still there. It's just, you know, powered up for when he tossed it at Tommy and, you know, bullshit defeated him. I have no idea why that worked. I mean, he's been kicking her ass for most of the fucking season. And then, here, I'm gonna throw this at you and it wins. Zack's Power Axe. Nicely detailed once again. There's the Mastodon. The trigger's the right color. The blade's the right color. And there's a peg hole for his effect part. Again, don't scare me because that's what it is. It does move, so it can go into axe form. Or does this put it into cannon form? I can't remember which way it goes. I think this was axe form, and then this puts it in cannon form. Something like that. I need to brush up on my knowledge. It can hold the bow-ish. Speaking of bow, here's Kimberly's bow. The pterodactyl is nicely painted. You will notice, however, that it's just pink. Does not say Zoo Ranger or Power Rangers on either side of the bow. Just neutral thing. You can fit this here. And this is about as much as you'll get. Alright? So you take that, and there you go. That's as close as you're going to get to a combined blade power blaster. They give you a separate piece for it, like, what is it? That one that I have. Jesus Christ, I am blanking on the name. It's not 3-0. The Ace Toys, yeah. So, like, how their power blaster was, you know, they all had individual weapons, their power blaster was a separate piece. These Rangers power blasters are a separate piece. I wish it was like 3-0, all their weapons combined together. You know, there's magnets in the bow, and then magnets in each of Billy's parts and Trini's parts to connect to it, and all stacks on top of each other very nicely. I wish this did that. It doesn't. Hell, I wish it did the Hasbro route where Kimberly had clips on the bottom of her bow and everything connected to everything, and you combine them. It doesn't. They give you an individual one. It's great for detailing, and you know, you don't have to worry about losing any Ranger's weapons if you happen to lose the entire blaster. Just to show that the sword does fit on top of it. So, like, you get 3 of the 5 together. You just can't put Billy's and Trini's with it. They give you an entirely separate piece for that in and of itself. We have Trini's power daggers, with them being right there. Very nice. I never noticed that in the show that the teeth on the dagger were like, you know, saber dagger, and they were pointing downward. And then you have the ports at the bottom for blast effects or something. I honestly don't know why there are ports at the bottom, because they won't let you combine them, and there's nothing else to plug into this, and it doesn't actually go onto the power cannon, so I'm not sure why those have ports at the bottom. And then you have 2 sets for Billy's, so you get 2 individual small ones, which again have little holes at the bottom, but these can basically work as tonfas for when he's, you know, dual wielding. And then you get another double set of them, which are extended, and these are to make the power lands. So instead of it being one piece that shrunk down, or, you know, had an extended piece in it, like 3-0, you get 2 separate pieces. So you have shorthand and you have long one. I'm letting you guys know now. I'm not going to fully put this in here because the first time I did it, I actually scuffed mine up trying to get this out really bad. Don't mind me. You know, I can always paint this back, but I'm going to push this all the way in. I'm just going to do it enough to demonstrate it. So, this will make the lance. There you go. And, you know, pretty nice. It'll, you know, give you a decent sized power lance. You can't push this all the way together. I'm not going to. I did that and it kind of got stuck. I don't want to do that again, because I still have this stored in the box until I get a proper shelf for these guys. So, yeah, I don't want to go through trying to get this out. And does this work for the smaller ones? The answer is yes, but now you just have like the world's smallest power lance, I guess. But yeah, these are all really cool. Detail on them is nice. Appreciate it. Last but not least, Kimberly does come with 3 arrows. These are all the exact same. They're not tri-tipped, they're quad-tipped, but they're tri at the bottom. And there is a little slot here for the rope. So when you go to pose her and you pull it back, this will catch the string that they have attached on here. If I can do this correctly for you guys. There you go, see? It will catch and hold back, which I think is pretty neat. I mean, with enough force, it probably can shoot forward. I'm not going to do that because I don't feel like chasing this around the room trying to find it. Oh, almost forgot. We do have the anti-sonic foam gun from that literal 1 episode of Power Rangers. I forgot the monster's name, but they needed this in order to defeat it and to get the Rangers away from, you know, almost dying. It does come with an effect piece, which has a metal connection piece. I think that's dope. That does not scare me. It looks pretty nice, spraying out the anti-foam, if you will. But again, from one-off episode, it's pretty cool. But I need to get to the Rangers. We have to leave that out. That's for Jason. Let's put these back. All in all, the weapons are done very nicely. It's just, I kind of wish, and it's just a nitpick of me, I kind of wish they combined. You know, if the Lightning Collection can do it, I feel like Mezco should have been able to do it. That's just me. And we're not done with the accessories. We also get 2 lightning effects, and I believe these are for Billy. I'm pretty sure you can put them on any of the Rangers' weapons, but I believe these were for Billy's Power Lance. Why he's doing it when they got a power-up effect, I don't know. Maybe that's to make up for the lack of hand effect, not hand effect, hand stats she got. Could be, not sure. We also get 3 of these. These are the Thunder Slingers. They offered an episode where Tommy and Jason had to go through all that work, and Titanus was trolling, attacking them. But then you find out, oh no, Titanus is a good guy. He was there protecting them. You always have to get along. Yeah, these are what these were to defeat the Super Putties. And then you never see them again. They just started kicking the Super Putties' ass for no reason. So yeah, we used these guns one time. Now we can fight you hand to hand, even though the first time it showed up, we struggled. Here is the Power Blaster. And again, all of the ports all have holes in them. You can put each color in each one, do the whole full effect. These are glued in place. I guess if you ever break your normal ones, you can pop these off. But yeah, there you go. It is just Zach's power axe. This is the power sword, the same one. It's just that this bow was made to actually hold these on, and by hold them on, I mean it's glued. It's all the exact same weapon. They're just all glued together. That's all that this is in order to make this work. I mean, hell, even the string still works, if you could see that. Well, it's pretty nice. It's all one set piece. There you go. Jesus Christ, this video is this long and it's only been the accessories. Holy shit. And then last but not least, for the accessories, you do get a Green Ranger shield. You get 2 of these and 2 sets of the armbands. These are for Jason and Zach. They work the exact same way as the original Mezco Green Ranger does, is that you pop this out of its port, like so. You slip one arm through, you put the other one through, you pop this back on, and we're good to go. This is to have Jason have a Green Ranger shield, or to have Zach have the Green Ranger shield from his singular episode. Or if you're feeling crazy, here you can put it on Billy. I don't know. Or it could be the set of Boom Studio Comics where everyone had a Green Ranger shield. But enough of the accessories. Let's get the Rangers up here. Assuming I can pull up the goddamn box. They did not want to come up off of the floor. Sorry. Now, let's get these guys out. Or attempt to. We did it. All the plastic. Everywhere. Alright, so Rangers here, all the sets of hands, and for you guys to see, the Rangers all come with civilian head sculpt. So let's get the weakest one out the way. I mean, they're all kind of weak in a regard, but obviously the weakest one is going to be Zach's. No line for some reason has been able to really capture Walter Jones' likeness. It tries, but not really. You know, they did his lining dirty. I mean, I know his lining was like this, but Jesus, I feel like this is worse. But yeah, we can't get a good likeness on this. I wish we could, but they tried. All right, I'm not gonna knock them for trying. We got Kimberly's, which is a lot better, especially a lot better than the the first one from the Lightning Collection with the crazy gritting teeth. That looked terrifying. This actually does look like Amy Jo Johnson to an extent, so I'm happy with this. This is nice. Have a little pink headband in her hair. If you couldn't tell that was Kimberly. Let's move this down so we get a little bit more lightning. There we go. That didn't work. All I did was move that slightly further away from us. But yeah. Has some decent likeness. And we have Jason's Austin St. John. If you guys didn't know, Jason's actual name actually is Jason. Look it up. This is actually a decent likeness to ASJ. Now, I can pick this up and I can tell that it's him. This is actually done very well. What the fuck is up with the sideburns on this one? I don't know. That's just my copy. That random spot there. Don't mind that. But yeah, they did a really good job on his likeness. I think they nailed it. We're gonna go over to Billy David Yost. And honestly, this isn't that bad. He doesn't have glasses, nor does it come with them. Actually looks really nice in the light, like his eyes are glowing. Which is a bit of a disappointment, but all in all, this is still really good. You guys technically consider this a point after when, like right before Zio, when he stopped wearing glasses and just had contacts. But yeah, really good. And then last but not least, we have Trini by Trang. Rest in peace. The best Yellow Ranger. Everybody's first crush was always Kimberly. He's like, nope, mine was her. And they tried. It's like, it's there in certain angles, but like dead on, not really. Like from the side, it's like, okay, yeah, that's Trini. And then it's like, who the fuck is that? And I dropped it. But again, they tried. Doing head sculpts is kind of hard, especially when all you have to go off of is photos for reference pictures, and it's not a recent photo. You're going off of old 90s photos. It's not the greatest, I guess. Anyway, let's get each of these guys out. Man, I feel like I've been talking forever. Get these guys out, and then we can go over them. By the way, they all come with the holster for the Blade Blaster, which plugs into the side. I'm pretty sure this is Jason, so... Oh, wait, no, that's X. Whoops. Whatever. I'm gonna take one out just so we can have it for reference of how it goes on. And then, once again, all of the hands. Those are all of the hands that come with Jason. All of the hands that come with Zach. All of the hands that come with Kimberly. Those are all the Billies, and those are all the Trinis. All of the martial art pose that you hands are in here that you would need. So Jason's signature hands, Zach's, Trini's, and her saber-tooth tiger. You know, the pose hands that she does in the beginning intro when she's scratching at the air. Those are there. Billy didn't have really signature pose hands. It was just, you know, fist. Jason's martial art pose hands that he did with the twin swords when he's like this. That's there. Zach, again, his pose was mostly fist. By the way, everybody has weapon holding hands. I just really don't feel like going through each hand individually. Sorry. It's already been a long video. And then all of Kimberly's hands are here. Anything that she would need for holding the bow, holding the arrow, during her poses, they're all here. Okay? Okay. So let's move this out the way. Because Jesus Christ, that's a lot. We're gonna get each ranger. Each of them have a baggie on their head. I guess Mezco really wanted to make sure everything was protected. If I lose the plastic, I'm gonna lose the plastic. That's fine. And last but not least, we have Jason. We have a bunch of plastic everywhere. By the way, this plastic was really fucking sticky. I have no idea if that was just me. But the static clinging of this plastic, holy shit. Mega Lord, quit your shit. Zach, you get back up. And on to Jason. Okay, so. Off the bat, all of the helmets look really nice. I really appreciate the helmets. Mezco did a really good job. See if I can get the lighting down on these a little bit more. They did a really great job on like the shine of the helmets. Everything's pretty clean. Some people might have gripes about helmet size, accuracy, and whatnot, but for me personally, the helmets look great. They do have the clips on the side, so these are supposed to be Mighty Morphin, not Zyuranger. These are not based on Sentai. These are based on ours here in the US. The Morphin itself is detailed enough. It doesn't say Power Rangers on it. They didn't even bother trying. So like it's a slight mix of between 3-0 and Lightning Collection, to where it's detailed more than Lightning Collection, but not as detailed as 3-0. It is pretty nice though. And then we have the boot zipper detail on the back, which I think is cool. Same thing as Jason. You have the little oversash part, so you can't see the belt clip in the back. And then the gloves, the cuffs also have the zippers on them, as you can see. It's all pretty nice. They all feel really good. And then they all also have height differences. I don't know if you can tell from just the back right now. Also, I don't know what's up with my Jason. His arm is not going to go down. It's the same thing as Tommy. None of their arms wanted to go down completely to the sides, so they're always just kind of out. Don't know if you guys can tell, but the Rangers are actually different heights. So like, here's Trini next to Jason, but then, you know, Billy is the same height, so his head doesn't... Oh shit, I knocked everything down, but I didn't think his head would be towered over Jason, but apparently it is. And I don't recall Billy being taller than Jason. Maybe it's just the background of how it looks, I don't know. Could just be the angle of where I'm at. You can see the clear difference of Trini and Jason. You see. So, okay, yeah, it's definitely just the angle of where I'm at. Or is it? Hold up. No, Kimberly. No, they're fine. They're about the same height-ish. Looking at it on camera, looking at it in person, the camera is tricking me slightly. Let me try it back to back. Yeah, it's the camera that's tricking me slightly. But the girls are shorter than the guys, and then the guys, oh my god, I keep dropping everything. The guys are all the same height. There is no real difference between any of them. So articulation is going to be the same across the board for the majority of this. So let's go and get this out the way. So we have, assuming my camera will fucking focus. And now I'm changing the lighting and everything. Jesus Christ. Here's Billy. We're gonna get into this. You can look down this far. You can look up this far. We have full rotation at the neck. And, you know, this is actually on its own joint too. So you can look. There we go. This is here, so you have downward motion here and downward motion at the base of the neck. So they can get a good range of looking down. A good range of looking up too, but you know. Arms can go up this far. Now, can they go up further? Probably. Am I going to risk that? Not really. I'm trying it right now. Probably shouldn't be trying this on Billy. But there we go. They can hit a standard T-pose. Doesn't help that I've had them stored in like a cold room, so that's probably not good. I gotta be careful with the joints. But he can't hit a T-pose. This one isn't all the way up, but it can go all the way up. And then we do have bicep swivel. If you guys can see it, it's really stiff plus the spandex. Double jointed elbow. Arms will get about that far. We do have a wrist hinge and swivel. That's always nice. The cuffs do rotate, so they'll get out of the way of any poses you need. There is no butterfly joint, which again is a big disappointment. Also, the arms can rotate, so you can probably go all the way around, but I'm not going to because, you know, spandex probably shouldn't go all the way around like that. But there you go. All the way up this way, all the way up back that way. You do have an upper diaphragm joint, so you can get your crunching motion that way. Arc back that way, and then you have a waist joint, which combined with the upper diaphragm joint lets you lean forward that much, and then you can lean back. His head's gonna come off that much. Down to the legs, we do have almost full splits. You can get about that far for the splits. If you leave one leg down, probably should go all the way up, but it's great in how far the articulation is. With the spandex, we do have a thigh swivel. That's shaky camera. So, thigh swivel. He can kick forward this far. That is where it gets a little disappointing. It's a Ranger. Should be able to kick a bit higher than that and not just that far. That's a little disappointing. Can kick back this far. And it stops due to the hard plastic of the butt. Man, my camera focus is just off today. We do have double jointed knees. And he can kick his own ass. We do not have a boot cut. Oh no, we do have a boot cut. I was completely wrong. We have a boot cut. That's dope. Did not know we even had that. Unless I forgot that we had it on Tommy. And then we have toe hinge up. Not toe hinge, but foot hinge up. Foot hinge down. And we have our rocker. And by down, it's like, it's not that far. It's just on the ball joints. The up is a lot more. But the down, not so much. See? There's up, down. Overall, it's alright. You know? This articulation is universal for him, him, him. And then for the girls, I do both. Kimberly, so her arms are all the way up. As you can see, she's a lot more flexible. She's all the way up. I don't know what the hell was up with Billy. Double jointed elbows, bicep swivel. Hasbro needs to learn to do that for their female figures. Pretty sure her belt wasn't supposed to move from that spot. I didn't know it was not floating, but it's fine. There's a little speck here, so I figured that was glue holding it. I don't know. Anyway, she can do that far for the splits. It's kind of forcing itself back down via the spandex, so I'm not going to push that any more than what I have, but it's alright. Again, the poses you'll be going for, it should be able to do it. Kimberly can kick up that high, which is insane. It seems like it's more range than Billy. And then that's the peg hole I was talking about earlier that I was trying to show you guys. We have double jointed knees for her. Same ankle rocker pivot thing. I'm not even showing you guys. Sorry about that. Upper thigh joint, right? No, not upper thigh joint. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, this is actually not the same body. This is squishy underneath. Like, this is a fucking, like the 1/12 scale silicone bodies? What the hell? I'm gonna assume we have an upper, oh, that's really weird. What the fuck is with this leg? It is really squishy. I'm sorry, guys. Boot cut swivel still there. Head motion up. Head motion down. Upper diaphragm. Oh yeah, this, what the shit? You guys see this? Bro, yeah. So, Kimberly is not like Zach and them. Kimberly, underneath this spandex, is those 1/12 scale actual realistic bodies, like the TB League bodies. That's what Kimberly is, and then she has a Power Ranger overlay on her. This explains why her arms can go up so high, and that she can do this crazy ass bend. Like, bruh, what the hell? This is fucking cool, and at the same time, it should not be happening. Okay, if they were gonna do this, right? Why didn't he do this for all the other bodies? Also, helmet detail is pretty sick. Why didn't he do this for all the other bodies? Why did they limit this to Kimberly? I need to fix that belt because that's gonna bother me. Is Trini the same way? See, I took these all out when I originally got them just to look at them. I actually did not mess around with them. Trini's the same way. Arms all the way up. Crazy fucking bend forward. Yep. Crazy fucking bend back. Like, I can feel it, and I know what those bodies feel like because of the few figures I have that are using TB League bodies. These are definitely it. So we got upper diaphragm joint of itself, but you're gonna get all the motion that you need out of, at least out of the female Rangers. Like, this is fucking nuts. But that explains the pushback. That, Jesus Christ, I just realized my camera angle is just all the fucked up for recording, at least for this. Let me fix this real quick. And no, I'm not gonna stop recording while I fix this. You guys know the deal. We don't edit. There we go. And then we need to adjust the height for this, because I'm an idiot when it comes to recording sometimes. And now we need to adjust the light. There we go. Alright, guys. What the shit is going on with the female bodies? Like, can she hit a... Yeah, she can hit a Spider-Man pose. This is crazy. Alright, so the articulation on the females is nuts. And the reason why there's resistance on the leg is because of the type of body that it is underneath this fabric. Will I be cutting this open and show you guys that? Hell no. This set was expensive as shit. Maybe someone else that has a lot more money than me will do that on their own time on their channel to show you guys. It will not be me. Alright, so they made the female bodies different. Not only in the fact that they're smaller, which makes sense because of the show, but they don't have the same articulation as the guys. Like, Zach's arm is the same as Billy. It stops there. But if you can hear that, that's hard plastic underneath. When it comes to the females, it's just... It's squishy. What the shit? Why would they not make that universal across all the ranges? I mean, for the guys, it kind of works because they can do a full split and there's no pushback. But say I take, again, I already did Kimberly, so say I take Trini, me trying to push this all the way up, it's going back. Also, that's weird too that it moves like that right there. But this is, wow, they really decided to use the latex metal frame body. I forget what they are. I'm just gonna call them TB League bodies. They really decided to use the TB League bodies for the females, but did not do it for the males. And I feel like that's a wasted effort. Why are you sideways? I feel like that's a wasted effort in the sense of they miss articulation opportunity for the guys. I mean, Zach can kick that far forward, alright? He's not gonna hold that pose. I'm just gonna leave it here and not pick him back up. He can kick that far forward. I'm going to take Trini. She can kick, I was gonna say he. She can kick this far forward, but her leg is going down because of the type of frame that's on the inside of it. So she doesn't have the same articulation kicking up that Zach does. And look at it. Look at it prove me wrong. Look at it prove me wrong. Okay, maybe she does. It doesn't seem like that doing it on this side. Maybe I just need to push it more. Okay, I just need to push it more. No, see, it's going down. Zach will hold his, but Trini's is going down. I'm trying to keep them as parallel as possible. This is a long-ass review. Thank you guys for sticking around if you stuck around this long. Because, holy shit. But, yeah, hers is going down if you can see that. Zach's? It's just there. It's up. And it's up. And I'm going to stop saying that before I get copyright stricken for singing song lyrics. It's just, okay, right? So, leg department, the guys are winning. Crazy. But look at the arm. Look at the arms for the females. And maybe it's just my copy, but Trini can hit a Y pose. Zach can only hit a T pose unless I take his arms and stretch them outward. Then he can hit a Y pose. But base shoulder itself, without me pushing it and possibly breaking anything, that is as high as his arms will go. And again, I've had them in like cold storage. I probably should have heated them up before doing this review, but that's as far as they'll go. What the hell? And then lastly, crunching. So this is as far forward as the guys can crunch. Right? Gotta fix Trini's arms. And we're gonna use the entire upper body for their crunch. This is how far forward the girls can crunch. What the absolute hell? Why didn't they make the bodies universal across the line? They could have found the male bodies that are just like the TB League bodies and got a semi-higher height, you know, slightly taller, and did the exact same thing, so the articulation was the same across them all. Although, I guess you would be missing out on the leg articulation if you did that, but still, like, the leg articulation on the female bodies is still decent enough to where I'm willing, at least me personally, am willing to sacrifice being able to keep the leg kicked forward this much for a range of articulation like this. Like, come the fuck on, bro. They're still good though. I know I'm complaining about the body, but all of them are still fucking fantastic. The figures are still good. All figures have their random quirks and things that make them good and not good in certain places, but overall, the set's fucking fire. And then Jason here. One, the thing, the belt, the sash for the gun. You just plug this in on the side here. Smush it down and then bring it over to the side. And now the blade blaster will fit there, you know. There we go. And then for the power sword, this motherfucker is small compared to Jason. It just seems small. I don't feel like swapping out the hands. I probably should. I just really don't feel like it. Like, and I moved the camera again. Like, the thumbnail isn't even going to be anything impressive. It's literally just going to be them standing here. But, what the shit? This is... No, you don't. This is small compared to him. It really is. Compared to the other weapons, yeah, this is small. Also, in case you guys are wondering, here's a quick head swap so you guys can see how it looks with a human head. That's definitely Jason. But you know who's not definitely them? Zach, when you put the goddamn head on him. Like, you know it's Zach because Rangers, but the head, like, it doesn't scream Walter. I don't know who this is, but it's not Walter Jones. It's not Zach Taylor. I'm not sure. They tried. One day we'll get a successful Walter Jones head sculpt. One day. But yeah, this set is wild. In the fact that I just discovered that for the bodies. I did not know that, and I haven't watched enough of anyone else's reviews to know that the bodies were like that. That's crazy. I'm moving all them to the side so I can get to the size comparison. And then we can wrap this up because this video has been going on for quite a little too long. And you guys are probably like, get to the fucking point. I could have watched this in someone else's channel already and been done. And you know what? You're right. You probably could have. But you're here with me. So thank you. So, let's get those size comparisons going. Here we have Jason, and he is now standing next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends modular suit Iron Man. We are off-centered as fuck. Let's move this over here. They're roughly about the same height. No, Iron Man's a bit taller. Ish. Whatever. We'll move this over. We have, and these will work well with them. I'm actually really happy about this. We have our Lightning Collection Lord Zed Super Putties. So the Super Putties are smaller than the guys, but about the same height as the girls. So for perspective, if you want to use these for some toy photography, we'll make the putties bigger, like so. There you go. We have our... Let's get Iron Man out the way. We have our SH Figure Arts Final Form Cooler. And yeah, of course, Cooler's taller. This damn head crown. Should I raise the camera back up? Shit, I feel like I should raise it back up now. Hold up. You guys like my recording? I just do shit on the fly. No matter what's happening. There we go. You guys are probably like, this is the most fucking ghetto recording I've ever seen. But, there we go. And then, now that that's done, we have the new thick boy and his spiky fucking hair. Goddamn. These deities blow me. I'm gonna raise this up so you guys. There we go. The height for him and Brody. This figure is still massive. This trips me out every time I see this. I'm never gonna get over this. But overall, yeah, these figures are great. Oh shit! Hold up. Forgot to size compare it with one more thing. the Mezco Green Ranger. The set's all complete. I do not have the Mezco White. I missed out. He's expensive now. So I'm just going to settle for another Soft Goods White Ranger, which will be here in the future at some point. You know, whenever that happens, I'll review him too. But the gang's all here. At least for the core 6. You know, we don't have to really worry about the White Ranger yet. This is not the right order. It's supposed to be some shit like this. Whatever. Anyway, everything's all here. Sorry for the lateness of this review. There you go. See, everything's all here? Yeah. This is a wild review because 1, I just found something out about the bodies. 2, I'm all over the place with this. And 3, this video is long as shit for the last time. Thank you guys for sticking around so long for this video. I hope you guys found it entertaining or informational or something. If you guys are on a fence or you wanted to get this, you find it somewhere. If you like how these are, go on and grab them. Letting you know now, it's a load of fun. It really is. It's just, man, whew, 1, this is pricey. This set was about 400, I think 430 after taxes, maybe. I can't remember how much I paid for this. I really don't. All I know is that it was 4 something. It might not still be available, or it's available in certain spots. I don't know. But if you want, go find it. I'll try to leave a link below if it is still available for you guys. If you don't want this, it's not really your cup of tea, and you just be okay with any Rangers, I highly suggest, if you can find them while you can, go after the Lightning Collection line. It's it might not be as detailed, but for what that line was, they all do the job perfectly well, and they will substitute and be perfectly fine in anybody's collection, whether it be a Ranger collection or figure collection. The Lightning Collection line is a great substitute for these. Only go after these if 1, you have the money to do so, 2, you like soft goods, and 3, you can get over the fact that some of the details are different in the Rangers, like the girls having soft bodies underneath and the guys having hard plastic bodies. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. And what the shit? As I'm speaking, I'm just looking at Kimberly's helmet. This looks weird to anybody else. Like this like, let's pop that off so we can get a closer look. This shit here. Does it look weird to anybody else? Just like this weird fucking design here. I guess cracked or something. Like, I know it's not, but it just looks weird. Anywho, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoy the review, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Holy shit, I think my Pink Ranger helmet is cracked. Like, looking at it from the side, what the fuck? Maybe, like, it's probably not, but look at that shit. It looks like it's gonna open. Man, see, this is why I like 3-0. 3-0 is much better. I don't care if it's 1/6 scale. They're large as fuck, but they're nice. Yeah, what the fuck? This is weird. Anyway, yeah, let's just end the video on that. This is weird. What the fuck?